Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Dom, and I'm here with Anthony. This is the A word.
Hey.
And, well, I guess today we should call it the G word because there's a lot of Google talk going on today. But it's still the A word. So let's go ahead and get into things here. I'd like to propose the question of the week to all of you guys. So this will pertain to our discussion later on in the podcast, but when Apple releases an iPad Mini 2, what do you expect it or want it to have as far as features go? Do you want it to have a Retina display? Do you care about that? Or do you care about battery life? Or do you care about processing power? Let us know what you guys think down in the comments section, either on YouTube or on the article for this podcast, and we will continue this discussion in a little bit. So let's get into our main discussion for today. Just this last week, actually, Google held a keynote, right? And they announced a couple of new products, both of which in some way definitely compete with Apple. Now, the odd thing here is, they released their, well, I guess it's not odd, but they released their Nexus 7, the second generation. And, I mean, from a performance standpoint, it definitely spanks the iPad Mini in every way possible.
Yeah.
Except, of course, the ecosystem that's involved with the App Store and iTunes and Google. While they're gaining ground on that, they haven't necessarily touched the point where Apple is with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So they don't have they don't have every single great app that's available on the App Store. And, iTunes is the large, I believe they hold more credit cards than any e-commerce store in the world. Yeah, they have more credit card numbers than anybody.
Imagine that.
I know, right?
Did you, I'm sure you've heard about this, and this was a couple weeks ago, but I just found out not too long ago about the 92 quadrillionaire.
What's that?
The 92 quadrillionaire?
A person?
Yeah.
Who is it?
His name is Chris Reynolds, I believe.
Chris Reynolds.
Did you not hear about this?
No.
Oh, apparently PayPal.
Oh, I did, yeah. They accidentally
$92 quadrillion into his account, and he was like the richest man ever. And he
for about a minute.
And he turned himself in, I guess, or called something and said, is this right? I have this much money.
Yeah.
He didn't even know how much money to call it because it has 17 decimal point or places.
I remember reading about that briefly. It was literally a 2-sentence story. So I was like, oh, but yeah, that was crazy. PayPal made a huge accident there, and accidentally deposited 92. What is it? Quadrillion?
Yeah.
Was that it?
Quadrillion dollars.
Was that the number?
92, yeah. Well, 92 something.
Hold on. Chris Reynolds, PayPal. We're going to Google this real quick.
I think it was 17.
Where did I see it at, though? I read it on one of these tech sites. Maybe it was TechCrunch or something. Huffington Post. Well, it was quadrillion.
Huffington.
92 quadrillion dollars. Yeah, in error.
He had all the money in the world, right?
For
a split second.
Yeah, exactly. That I would have taken that's when you need a Mac to have that quick screenshot key.
Yeah.
You just barely hit the button and take a screenshot real quick. This was the day in history that I was a 92 quadrillionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and he I guess he got some email and some money was deposited and he went to check out his account and it was oh, my account was at 0. Yeah. Now it's at 92 quadrillion dollars.
I mean, this isn't
right.
Where did it say? Oh man, I saw it was saying that's more than any country has.
Yeah.
In money. All combined. Yeah.
It's
so he was richer than the earth.
Yeah. No, he had the most amount of money that any one person will ever have.
I mean, I wonder if that's
likely.
I mean, does he technically? Did he? It's so hard to tell if he like, if that's a real like known like fact now that he was the richest man in the world, or is it not really real because it's a cyberspace error? Because PayPal isn't necessarily like a bank account to where they have, you know what I mean? Like they have funds to back your funds or whatever.
Yeah.
So in all technicality, I guess it wasn't real. It was just a number on the screen.
It was just a number.
But, like if a bank made that error, you'd more than somehow, well, they couldn't make that error because there isn't enough even money in the system for them to do an error like that.
That's what I was trying to look up. Someone had told me that the reason why he had all that money in there was because for some reason money got transferred to his account. But I don't even think there's that amount of money in the world.
Yeah.
Like $92 quadrillion, possibly.
No, I read it somewhere that was more than any country combined or something like that. I can't remember. That's why I'm going crazy trying to find this article that I read, because maybe it was this one. Maybe it was the. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, he could pay the national debt down with that money.
Everyone's national debt.
Yeah, I know, right?
Every single country.
He could restore the city of Detroit. He could restore the city of Detroit and have like golden sidewalks there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys know about Detroit, but if you do, it's in trouble.
It's not. Yeah, it's not the best place.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah.
I mean economically.
Yeah,
it's not the best place.
The cities, and this has nothing to do with technology, but the city of Detroit filed bankruptcy, so like they're going out of business. They're liquidating.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
everything must go.
Exactly. Come down.
Who wants the post office?
Yeah, I know, right? That's seriously. Yeah. That is crazy though. That's a lot of money. So anyways, go ahead.
I was trying to find out how much PayPal is even worth.
Not that much.
Like how much money is
he could have bought
through them.
He could have bought like 50 PayPals probably.
Yeah.
No, they don't have that much money. The world, I don't even know there's nobody on the planet that has that much money, I believe.
No, the richest man in the world is the guy in Mexico.
Yeah, that owns all the telephone places, right? Yeah.
Owns Mexico.
And no, it's not the Dos Equis guys, you guys.
No.
It's not.
I wish it were.
He's the most interesting man, not the most richest man. So, anyway, let's get back on track here. The Google Nexus 7 and Chromecast was announced on Wednesday, and these are pretty big competitors against Apple's little world here. Like I said, they can't really compete with the ecosystem that Apple has going on, but the devices themselves are definitely worthy competitors. Now, people are like, oh, Chromecast versus Apple TV, and I don't necessarily see Chromecast as a direct Apple TV competitor, and I'll explain why in a second, but Apple TV is a set-top box that allows you to access basically content from Apple's ecosystem, right? And Google's, did I say Chromecast?
You said Chromecast.
I did? Apple's Chromecast?
Oh, did you say Apple's
anyway,
Chromecast?
I don't
Google's
know.
Chromecast.
Apple TV is meant to access all of the things within Apple's ecosystem. It's not really open to anything further than that. Now, you do also have, with Apple TV and as of Mountain Lion, AirPlay mirroring, which allows you to mirror the screen from your MacBook or your Mac or your iMac, whatever, over to your TV, and you have the whole screen displayed on there. So that's basically, in a nutshell, Apple TV. There's a lot of content on it. There's a crap ton of content on Apple TV, much more compared than when you compare it to Chromecast. Now, Chromecast... Let's get on Chromecast here. Chromecast is it's probably a little bigger than a regular USB dongle. It's probably the size of those USB modems that you'd get from Verizon or your cell carrier company, basically, about that size. But it's not USB. It has an HDMI plug on the front of it. I don't know if you want to call it the front or the back or which one is
side.
which. But it's got a little HDMI plug on it. You plug it into the back of your TV. You connect the power to it with the USB port on your TV or on the wall if you don't have a USB port on your TV. And I mean, basically it turns your TV into somewhat of a smart TV. So you have the opportunity to watch YouTube videos on it. You have the ability to watch Netflix, and you have AirPlay-like functionality. Now, it's not the same, and I'm going to go into that in a second, but with the Chromecast, so if I'm on the YouTube app on my phone and I'm watching a video, right, and I want to beam it to Chromecast, I tap on the little the little button that signifies that you want to beam something to Chromecast, and it will Chromecast, the device that's plugged into your TV, it has built-in Wi-Fi, so it'll pull the YouTube video from YouTube directly and play it on your TV, as opposed to streaming the signal through your wireless connection, like Apple TV does, and therefore wasting your device's battery life, from having to AirPlay that. From basically that's got to go from your device to the Apple TV to your TV. Chromecast just goes from the internet to Chromecast to your TV. So it's a little more efficient in that, but obviously there's a lot of limited functionality right now. It really only works with YouTube and Netflix and Chrome, the web browser Chrome. Now, Chrome, the integration with Chrome is pretty interesting. And the reason I say that is because it's totally different from AirPlay mirroring. Now, a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, well, it's just like AirPlay, blah blah blah. I don't need it." Well, the thing is not
really.
It's not like AirPlay. Okay, AirPlay mirroring. When I use the AirPlay button on my Mac, it will beam the entire screen of my Mac over to my Apple TV, which is phenomenal in most cases. It works out great. I mean, you can basically anything you do on your Mac will show up on the TV, and
that's nice.
That's nice, but that's what you're limited to. Now, let me tell you how Chromecast differs. Chromecast, when you beam, you actually have to use the Chrome web browser for one. That is a requirement of this. So that may be a downside or an upside, I guess, depending on your opinion. But when you use the Chrome web browser, you can beam a specific tab, an individual tab inside of Chrome to your TV. So that means that I can pull up Twitter, right? Let's, for example, pull up Twitter in one tab on Chromecast. I can beam that specific tab to Chromecast and have it show up on my TV. Then I can open another tab and do whatever I want, or I can minimize the window and do whatever I want. And I can have that over on my TV while I'm doing something else on my computer.
No,
which is that AirPlay does not offer that feature currently.
Yeah. No, I have a question for you.
What?
You might not have tried this, but is it possible to hook that up to a computer?
This little guy?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how you would do that, considering computers only have HDMI out, not in.
Never mind.
Touche?
Touche.
Okay. Yeah. So, Chromecast, that functionality, I don't know. I just want to kind of, if it is called this, set the record straight as far as how AirPlay differs from what Chromecast offers with the Chrome, the Chrome web browser feature. I think it's really cool though, because essentially
all you need is
if I wanted to if I was sitting in the living room and I'm like, hey, I want to show you guys this website real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can beam it over there, and then I'm like, oh crap, I got an email. So I can jump into my email account and have that website still on the TV without interrupting. You know what I mean? Because with AirPlay, if I threw something up on the TV from my MacBook screen, if I went to a different tab, you would see that different tab on the TV. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. That's actually, I really don't care about Netflix, and I watch YouTube all the time, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's the one. That was a big selling point for me. I was like, oh, I can beam Chrome tabs over to the TV. That's awesome.
You know what I like about it?
Huh?
I like how small it is.
It's really small. Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not very large like Apple TV. I mean, compared to Apple TV, of course, it's not large like that.
Yeah, no, it's really small. And the cool thing is, now, this actually, I have this working on my TV in my bedroom. And I'll tell you why it only works on that one in a second. But what you can do is like I can have this plugged into the TV, and so long as it's always getting power. So some TVs, when you turn off the TV, the USB port stops emitting power, right?
Yeah.
Some TVs it doesn't. So as long as your Chromecast is still getting power when the TV is off, if I want to beam a YouTube video to Chromecast, I can press the button in the iPhone app, and it will turn on the TV, flip it to the right input, and then put on the video.
That's nice.
Yeah. Now that wouldn't work on the TV in my living room, and let me tell you why, or why I think it doesn't work. The TV in my living room is already a smart TV, so I think that for some reason, somehow in the coding or something,
the realm of smart.
Yeah, I don't think it would work. I think that it had issues with it, but I got it to work in my bedroom just fine. So that does really work, and it worked on the TV in my room. So I thought it was pretty cool. I think Chromecast is a good device, and the thing is there's a lot of future potential for Chromecast. Now, Chromecast,
it's definitely not a bad device.
Chromecast, this is a computer.
Yeah.
I mean, it has RAM. It has obviously video. It's got video on it. It's got 4 gigabytes of flash storage inside of it, which a lot of people didn't know. iFixit did a breakdown of the Chromecast, and it wasn't iFixit. I don't know who it was. Let me see. Let me look for this. iFixit, Chromecast. Maybe it was them. Ah, yes, Chromecast. Yes, it was iFixit. So, okay. There's nothing in it to repair. That's what they said.
Really?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah, I know, right? But why don't you people link on your articles? Jeez, come on. Get with the program. Websites, link to articles. Here's Chromecast teardown. So Chromecast has, let's see, this should be a very quick little, okay. It's got an Azure Wave 802.11 BGN Wi-Fi, and then it's got Bluetooth, and it's a Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and FM combo module. So I guess technically it's got radio capabilities. It's got Bluetooth capabilities. It's got a little system on a chip in there. And then it's got, oh, wow, a lot more than I thought.
Of flash storage?
Oh, no, never mind. Less than I thought. It's got 2 gigabytes of flash memory. And then it's got 512 megabytes of RAM. So anyway.
All inside that little tiny thing.
All inside this little thing. I know, seriously. So based on that, right, this is a full-fledged computer, and it actually runs an invisible version of Chrome OS.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's how it beams all the stuff on your TV. It runs Chrome OS.
It basically is copying the link from whatever you have and putting it on there.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing is, though, is they could deploy like a TV-based version of Chrome OS to this thing like an over-the-air update.
Possibly.
And turn your Chromecast into a fully fledged, smart TV, basically.
Yeah.
And that's why I think there's a lot of potential for this device. And also, because of that potential, I've decided to give one away. I'm not going to do it right now on this podcast, but
this second.
Yeah, I know, right? there will be a giveaway posted this week for a Chromecast. I actually had 2. I ordered. When they announced it, I was like, oh, crap, because I really wanted one. So I went to Google Play Store and I ordered one immediately. And I got that in the mail just the other day. But that same day, it was available from Amazon.
Yeah.
And so I got it for next day delivery. And so then I got it from Amazon. So I have 2 now. So one of them will be one of your guys's. Yeah, that was awkward.
So one of yous guys.
Yeah. Yeah, one of yous guys. So I'm going to be giving it away this week at some point. I have a giveaway going on right now too, but as I said, if last week, by the time you're probably listening to this, giveaway will be over. So look for the Chromecast giveaway because that's coming up next, followed by some other awesome stuff. I've just decided to go on a giveaway spree because I have a lot of stuff here that I need to give away because it's just been sitting here and it's all brand new, unopened. and I think that you guys might benefit from some things like that. So
it's fun stuff.
Yeah, it's fun stuff. It definitely is fun stuff. So anyway, back to the Nexus stuff. So, okay, the Nexus 7 was announced, right? And I went and bought one. I know, that's very shocking for a lot of you people out there. But overall, the response has been from the people, the good people of YouTube, has been good. So, but anyway, I got it because it's very curious, you know. The Nexus 7 is an extremely powerful device for the money. And because of that, it proposes some major competition to Apple, and puts a little fire under their butt to get them, moving on the second generation iPad mini. Because this is the Nexus 7, I don't care what anybody says, the Nexus 7 is the strongest iPad mini competitor out of all miniature tablets. I think so. I believe so. So that being said, Apple needs to get a move on things because, and if you guys are interested to see the comparisons between the Nexus 7 and the iPad mini, though the performance comparisons are a little unfair, in my opinion, because obviously Apple hasn't updated the iPad mini in almost a year. But I have to take what I have and work with it because these are the two flagship miniature tablets from Apple and Google that are currently available.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to look at. What's available right now, not what's going to be available in 3 months or,
2 years.
Or which is the fanboy stance on things is, oh, well, Apple's going to release it. Well, they haven't yet. Okay. So we have to take what we have right now and we have to, and we have to roll with it. So anyway, that being said, if you want to see some comparison videos, I have an unboxing video and currently 2 comparison videos online. You can go to youtube.com/MacMixing and check out those. Now, the first one I have is a hardware comparison. Now, I'm not talking about processor or RAM or, whatever. I'm talking about hardware functionality, hardware features, the display, things like that, things that matter to people. And the second one I have is the performance gaming and benchmarks test, putting up the 2 tablets against each other. So you can check out both of those now at youtube.com/MacMini. I almost said youtube.com/MacMini. youtube.com/MacMixing. It's because I glanced over at that new Mac Mini over on my desk and I was like, oh, I haven't opened that yet. youtube.com/MacMixing. You can see those comparisons, but yeah, I mean, really, I don't know. What do you guys expect to see from the second generation iPad mini? I mean, really, what does everybody expect out of it? Do you think that Apple is going to, trump Google in the mini tablet game? Come this fall when they release like a second generation iPad mini? Or will it be just the same, slap a used processor in it and put a new camera on it type of thing? I mean, this is their time to shine.
I think that they're going to put a flash on it.
On the iPad mini? Please, Apple, do not instigate people to take pictures and video with a tablet. Please.
You know what, though? At least it's not a big iPad, that people take pictures with. I just love seeing them on the side of the road taking a picture of the sunset with their big iPad in their hands, holding it up,
So we have this tweet. Somebody tweeted me right here, Josh Deakin. Listening to at Mac Mixing podcast is the only advantage to being up at 5:10 in the morning.
Is it 5:10? Where is he?
No, he's lying. It's not 5:10.
No, I'm just like, where is
he? Thought it would be funny to play a joke on us.
Where is he?
Obviously, he's somewhere where it's like
5 o'clock somewhere.
8 hours ahead. He's probably in the UK or something. I don't know. It's not like it doesn't say in his profile, so I don't know. But
I don't know either.
A day ago, and this may have to do with the reason why he's up at 5:10.
Yeah.
1 day ago, he tweeted, "I really want Mountain Dew."
Oh.
It worked.
Yeah, Mountain Dew, that'll do it to you sometimes.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's in the UK, he says.
Nice.
Yes, nice.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much.
So I'm looking at this Nexus 7 right here, and compared to the iPad Mini, compared to the iPad Mini, it's a lot smaller. But you know, it
well, you
fits,
have that life-proof case on.
No,
so.
I know, but still, I think it fits in.
It's easier to
hand.
hold.
Yeah, it fits in my hand.
Let me show you something real quick with that. Okay, you know what I want? Like, not even just on like the Nexus tablet, but on any tablet that's this small to hold.
Yeah.
This is the one thing that would just blow my mind. Okay, you're on a web page, right? I'm on a web page, whatever, blah blah blah. Oh, this is a cool web page. It would be so freaking awesome if there was a touchpad right there to scroll.
Yeah.
And just one-handed read.
Just like that.
Yeah. Don't you think?
On the back, yeah.
Not even a noticeable tab. Just something that was inside or something that I could just, effortlessly scroll through a book or a web page.
You don't have to get your hands all in the way and
I don't know. Maybe that's
move your other hand.
Maybe that's
you could
crazy.
be doing some artwork with it while you're
artwork. Really?
While you're reading, yeah, you could be painting while you're reading on your iPad Mini. You know.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's that would be pretty interesting. But like I said, I think that the iPad Mini 2 or the second generation iPad Mini, whatever you want to call it, definitely needs to be a far improvement above the last one.
Do you happen to know what the sales are like on this Nexus?
No. I don't. What is this? Somebody left me a comment. I have a Nexus 7, and when I looked at your Nexus 7, it looked different from mine. What does that mean? What does that even mean? You probably have the first generation.
Yeah, there's two of them now.
And that's something that bothers me too. Apple does it all the time, but it bothers me when Apple does it too.
Thing?
Yes, when it's the same thing, and it bothers the hell out of me. For anybody, Apple or Google.
Obviously not the same thing.
For a company that concerns themselves with having good search engine optimization, it really just shoots yourself in the foot when you have the two products with the same name. Like you go to search Nexus 7 review, and you'll have all these things from 2012 pull up.
Yeah, that's why. And then you have to go into the extra search options.
Yeah,
maybe they
do that on purpose because they want people to use the extra search features.
I don't know.
I don't want to use them, Google. I don't want to use them.
You can't make me.
No, you can't, and I won't. So anyway, there will be some other comparisons on the Nexus 7. I don't plan on getting rid of this Nexus 7, actually. I definitely plan on keeping it. And I have a few other videos. There's actually a way to theme it and make it look like iOS 7, so I'm going to be putting that up here in shortly. Not today, but soon this week sometime. So stay tuned for that stuff. And like I said, let me know, what do you guys want from an iPad Mini 2? Or a second generation iPad Mini. How can Apple improve it enough to make it worthwhile and be a strong competitor in the market? So let us know what you think, and be sure to rate and subscribe to our podcast. We definitely appreciate it. We appreciate all the support, and I will drop links for the Chromecast and the Nexus 7 in the article for this podcast, and also in the description on YouTube, in case you want to go check them out for yourself and see what's what. So check all of those things out, everybody. And like I said, rate and subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Thanks again, and we will catch you guys next week. What are you laughing about?
Nothing.
Oh, all right. Bye.
Thanks, guys.